A superstar's tears never fall without reason. But when Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, suddenly fell silent and shed tears when asked about Taehyung during a closed interview with South Korean media, the public was shocked by a question that may have never been uttered before. Is something bigger happening between these two longtime friends? That question arose not only because of the rare emotional moment, but also due to the constellation of various events surrounding both BTS members in recent months. Taehyung V, who is currently serving in the military, and Jungkook, who is officially under a new contract with hybe, seem to be separated not only by military distance but also by something yet to be revealed. The two are known to have a very close relationship, even described as soulmates by many fans. So, why did those tears fall just at the mention of Taehyung's name? A short clip from the interview, leaked to the public through an independent media channel, shows a silent yet emotionally powerful moment. When an interviewer asked, "How do you feel about Taehyung lately?" Jungkook appeared surprised, looked down, and after a few seconds of tense silence, his tears fell. There was no verbal answer, only tears. That moment, which lasted less than a minute, has sparked a storm of speculation among fans and media. Is there an internal conflict the public doesn't know about? Has their relationship been strained by industry pressure, differing visions, or personal issues? Or is it the opposite? Are the tears an expression of deep feelings, longing, or guilt? HYB's internal source declined to provide an official comment, but a staff member who requested anonymity mentioned that Jungkook and Taehyung are going through a very emotionally difficult time during this military transition. The statement did not clarify, instead adding to the ambiguity. What is actually happening? The closeness between Jungkook and Taehyung is not just a fan-made narrative. For years, they've demonstrated a bond that goes beyond mere co-workers. They shared a room during trainee days, supported each other through tough times, and were often seen sharing personal moments that could only be understood by two people with a very deep emotional connection. However, over the past year, the public has begun to notice a distance, unseen but real, between them. There have been no direct interactions via social media since Taehyung entered military service. Jungkook has also begun avoiding questions about Taehyung during several live streaming sessions. Even in their respective solo projects, there's been no public show of support for each other like in the past. This situation has led fans, especially ARMY, to start piecing together bits of information like an emotionally complex puzzle. One widely discussed theory suggests that the two may have had a significant disagreement before Taehyung entered the military, and Jungkook's tears were a reflection of emotional wounds that have yet to heal. In a separate interview several months earlier, Jungkook once stated that not everything can be resolved right away, a statement that at the time seemed general, but now carries a new, deeper meaning. Was this referring to a difference of opinion with Taehyung? On the other hand, speculation also suggests that the tears were a form of longing and psychological pressure because he can't speak openly about someone who means so much to him. South Korea's military enforces strict communication rules for its members, and it's not easy for a celebrity like Taehyung to maintain regular contact with the outside world, including his own best friend. Public psychologists have even begun analyzing Jungkook's reaction from a professional standpoint. According to Dr. Han Ji-woo, a clinical psychologist in Seoul, emotional reactions like this usually arise from a combination of loss, guilt, and suppressed pressure. In the context of celebrities, they often suppress these feelings until a single simple question can unlock an entire layer of wounds. Does this mean Jungkook is holding on to something unresolved with Taehyung? Could there be unspoken words, or even an apology that hasn't been said? Meanwhile, a small clue came from a handwritten letter said to be from Taehyung, published in an internal military bulletin. In the letter, Taehyung wrote a sentence that raises even more questions. Some things can't be explained, but I hope you know I always remember them. Though the sentence does not mention any names, fans immediately associated it with Jungkook. Many believe the letter is a form of indirect communication between the two, understandable only through the emotional context they've built over years. Still, there has been no official confirmation. HYB remains distant from this issue and has not responded to media inquiries about the relationship between these two star members. This lack of clarity only deepens public interest in the dynamics between Jungkook and Taehyung. However, amidst the surge of news circulating across various platforms, from TikTok, YouTube, Twitter to alternative media sites, a crucial question must not be ignored. Are we truly witnessing reality? Or are we merely trapped in a narrative deliberately constructed to provoke public reaction and boost media exposure? When visuals of Jungkook crying spread widely and public interpretation was immediately directed toward issues of a personal relationship with Taehyung, how certain are we that this was a genuine reaction and not one manipulated by media framing? Have you, as readers and digital information consumers, ever paused for a moment to ask, where did this news originally come from? Is the video circulating a full, unedited clip, or just a segment that's been cut to serve the purpose of dramatization? How can we distinguish between authentic emotional expression and moments that have been visually curated for specific purposes? We realize that this information provokes intense emotional responses from the public. But it's worth questioning. Is this part of a broader phenomenon where the line between reality and sensation is becoming increasingly blurred? Are social media platforms today functioning more as tools of truth dissemination, or stages for boundless speculation that often lead to premature conclusions? In this context, it is important to note that much of the information we present is sourced from various public media outlets, the authenticity of which has not yet been fully verified. Therefore, we invite you to think more reflectively. Does this news reflect concrete, verified facts from official sources, or is it a narrative construction shaped for the sensationalism of the entertainment industry? Let us ask further. Why has there been no official statement from the agency confirming or explicitly denying the matter? Is the agency's silence a form of protection for the artists, or a signal that they are allowing the issue to roll on for media exposure purposes? And if indeed this is nothing more than unfounded speculation, who actually benefits from the circulation of this narrative? We urge readers not to stop at just one side of the information. Do not let emotion alone shape your conclusions. The entertainment world, especially when it involves figures as massive as Jungkook and Taehyung, is extremely complex and often subject to public opinion engineering. So, be wise in digesting every piece of news that comes, and raise critical questions behind every headline that seems shocking. Are you sure you know the full truth? Or are you simply accepting a narrative that has been attractively packaged to keep you glued to the screen? It's time for all of us to be skeptical, reflective, and objective. Thank you